Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's finals of VCS Season 1. We are featuring A5 versus the Kings of Juhrama. 9 weeks of conference has led to this moment between A5 going 6-3, no, 4-5, I believe, and the Kings of Juhrama being the undefeated team of the VCS Season 1. So, I hope you guys are going to enjoy tonight. I am here having my co-caster Knight with me today.
Everyone. Glad to have you all.
Yeah, and I just want to say I think, these two teams have showed spectacular performances, especially the Kings of Juhrama. I mean, the closest we've had to an undefeated team were the old Ultan site from Alpha season. They ended up going, I believe, 4-1 or 5-1, and except I think the only difference with Kings of Drama is that having them be so dominant in 9 weeks and even beating some of the best teams in such a mannerly fashion, not showing any weaknesses. So I mean, what are your thoughts for tonight?
I think in general that TKJ's obviously looked really, really strong. They showed quite a diverse map pool, playing a lot of different maps, playing really well on both offense and defense on all those maps, and generally just showing a very strong team performance. And you know, as we haven't talked about A5 yet, A5 is pretty much perhaps the polar opposite, pretty much like the carry show of Frosty and a little bit of experienced. So it's pretty much a battle of two different, very, very different teams.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, Frosty, I mean, as you said, has been pulling A5 up for sure a lot. I believe there are a lot of games without Frosty probably would have led to losses, but I think in the end they are making it work. They're playing to the style of where it's Frosty and friends, type beat. Uh, you know, f- they sacrifice themselves for Frosty, and as long as he's the last one alive and gets the round win, I think that's just basically all of A5's game plan here. Do you what kind of dynamic do you think A5 is going to have to take to beat the Kings of Juhrama? Because obviously they are looking like the best team in VCS so far. And do you think Frosty's carry will be enough to be, to overcome such a hurdle?
It's quite possible that I think, especially on some of the more aim focused maps, that it's quite possible that Frosty can definitely carry through even a very, very strong team in the Kings of Drama. And I think the win condition for A5 is just do everything to make sure Frosty can carry. Give him guns, make sure he has the best possible equipment every round. Make sure he's going to be playing Reyna probably every game. Make sure he has full armor, full rifle. Make sure he has both his blinds, both his soul orbs every single round. Like, no matter what you have to do, just sack for him because he's pretty much their win condition. And I think they pretty much understand that at this point. And for the Kings, it's just don't let him do that. Just you have to play trade fragging really well. You have to play together, play with the team, flash him. You know, just do everything you can to counter the one man show.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so I believe if A5 can, like you said, if they can do that, they could probably be able to beat them. It'll be a tough feat though, for sure. I mean, the fact that the Kings of Juhrama are just, I mean, they're like you said, their team play. They're having like, even though they have like an Iron, which is ironically Ironhide, I believe was their Iron player. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But Ironhide's Viper has shown a lot of really good utility usage in these past matches that we've seen. I think specifically like post plants is where Viper is like just shines. Her ult is, especially with the buffs, are just amazing. Her wall being able to block off certain parts of the map, and then her mollies, biggest of all with her smoke, her poison orb, are able to just stop so many just retakes, even if it's a 4v2 easily. And how do you think A5 is going to approach these kind of plays from the Kings of Drama?
Oh, to counter out those post-plant setups, you have to be very, very quick on your post-plant retakes. You have to aggressively fight, take a lot of map control really fast. You have to tap bomb quickly to make sure to bait out that utility. You have to push, and honestly, if I'm A5, if they're playing that Viper, you basically just have to go into every round thinking, like, you do not want to let bomb get down. Like, the second bomb goes down, it is quite possibly a lost round. Especially if they're playing, Viper plus Brim, which we know King Drum himself loves playing that Brim, and those two mollies together are an instant round win. There is pretty much nothing you can do once those mollies go down. So I think A5 really, not playing that setup themselves, needs to go into every round thinking, okay, we cannot let bomb get down.
Okay. Sweet. And I think yeah, and I think we'll have our first map for tonight is Ascent, and it is actually starting right now. We're going straight into agent selection. So let's go ahead and check it out. And here we have Kings of Juhrama starting on defenders and A5 starting on attacker side. So Michael, go ahead and take it away, and go ahead and talk about your pregame here.
I think for the Kings of Drama here, they're going to go for pretty much what they've been typically doing on a lot of these Ascent, especially after the Astra came out. King Drama picked up the Astra pretty much instantly and started bringing it out on Ascent. And it's a really, really strong combination, especially with both that Killjoy and Viper, which we know the Kings of Drama love to play on this map also. So because they're going to be comboing that, we're going to see a lot of pushes up mid using those Astra smokes. They're very versatile, very quick to go out. So probably going to be fighting for a lot of mid control. Whereas A5, on the other hand, is going to play pretty much the same comp that they run every single game, which is Alice on Omen, Artemis on Killjoy, Experienced on Raze, Clinical on Sova, and Frosty on that Reyna. And this is pretty much the comp that we see from them almost every single game. So we pretty much know what to expect, which is Experience runs in, Frosty goes in second and kills everyone. And if he doesn't, they lose the round. And if he does, they win. And that's pretty much the expectation that A5 has. Whereas the Kings playing a little bit different, deciding on this single duelist composition. Draken deciding to bring out the Breach. Normally, I believe a duelist player. So we see the Breach, Astra, Viper, Reyna, and Killjoy out of the Kings. So a little bit of a non-standard composition, especially just in North America, for example. Although this isn't a pro scene game, in North America, it's just pretty much the double duelist every game. Whereas something like the European Valorant scene generally tends to bring out compositions like this, especially with that Breach.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad you pointed out about the EU scene there. I believe the EU scene, like you said, they like to have more of a strategic gameplay where they use powerful agents that have good post plan or just good executions. And I believe bringing that into an NA, like, sure, we're not a series, but bringing it into a competitive series nonetheless, and that's NA, is definitely going to be an interesting direction to go. And it'll be good to see how they can interact with it.
Yeah, and I think immediately right off the bat we see the Kings of Drama already posturing towards mid, and it's going to be seemingly a pretty big bloodbath in mid, having the Breach, Reyna, and Astra all from the Kings, and then 4 people from A5 all fighting in mid. A5 with the immediately kill on Big Shot, taking cat control now, seemingly going to be immediately going towards A.
Yeah, as you can see, Ironhide here on A side, he's just gonna have to hopefully cover as much as he can here, but instead they start going through mid, and now Draken is gonna try to stop the push.
Yeah, Draken getting the kill on Experience. Frosty with 2 kills on the round already. Looks like they're gonna head towards the Killjoy on B. That's Maui.
Turrets destroyed.
A5 with another kill on Ironhide, trying to push in mid. It seems like A5 maybe wants to go back towards A, knowing that it's going to be a 2v4 on site.
Yeah, Maui being able to just hold them off for a little bit more, and right now Draken is going to be able to meet Frosty here, taking out Frosty, making this a 2v3, very doable for the Kings of Juhrama here. They're sticking together, making sure that they can take this retake if they do go A, and they do get the bomb down on A, and now they're going to be playing retake together.
3v2. So A5 is very favored in this round. Looks like they're going to play that post plan. They have all the Killjoy utils set up to control site, one molly on bomb, seems like one molly maybe in heaven or under heaven, and then looks like Alice had switch. Killjoy playing deep in a main. It seems like it's gonna be really, really hard for Kings to make this work.
Player standing. Got one.
Yeah, and Maui getting the kill onto Alice, taking out Clinical as well, but there's no time on the bomb. It's gonna try and stick this. The turret will be there to and once again, no time on the bomb, and Artemis being able to win that round out for them. At that point, it was, you know, like you said, very hard to retake 2v3. They had Sova and Killjoy utility, and just wasn't enough time for them to be able to do that.
And the Kings, you know, played relatively well in the round after giving up that early pick, but unfortunately, that pretty much was the deciding factor, being a 5v4 for the entire round.
Yeah, for sure. And that pick on Frosty was huge, but they weren't able to bring that deficit back up in favor of them. Now you have a Frosty going through B main a little bit, being blocked off by this Astra smoke, getting a little damage on the Draken. It's gonna back up here, and then you have Experienced and Clinical kind of scouring out A, and Experience getting the Boombot kill on Big Shot. I don't know what Big Shot's doing, but clearly not paying attention. And Ironhide able to take out A5, trying to go for the door.
Still staying alive on the site here, dying to Alice. Looks like they'll have full A site control with bomb. Clinical getting the kill on King Juhrama, and it leaves Draken in the 1v4 with only a classic. Battle Run both into Clinical and Frosty, dies to Frosty with the SMG, pushing into CT spawn, and that is another round for A5. A pretty clean anti-eco.
Yeah, very clean anti-eco. And perhaps not the cleanest possible, losing a member, but definitely not losing 3 members is good. So for sure, being able to keep the economy up and, you know, try to snowball more off of these bonus guns.
And there's Frosty with the pulling out the Vandal immediately, dropping that SMG over. Too experienced. Just immediately wanting this Vandal, but they're gonna walk right into the TKJ. Full set piece with the 4.
Oh, and it's a slaughter. The gravity well being able to suck 3 people. A5 Frosty answering back though with kills of his own, and it's a 2v2. Draken's here in tree. Sees Alice, but gets shot through the smoke.
Leaving Maui in a 1v2 coming from a heaven. Unfortunately, that's the Reyna with the ult. Alice taking wine control, leaving Maui just to walk through the smoke and try to make something happen. Frosty looking straight at it.
Oh, and Frosty getting that pick on Maui. A few missed shots from Maui on that spray there. And that would have been a huge round for the Kings of Juhrama. That gravity well had 3 people vulnerable, and they got clean 3 frags off of it too. But Frosty not being one of them dying there was so key, because he was able to answer back with frags of his own, and you know, they just stopped the Kings of Juhrama's push there.
Maybe a little bit of a mistake out of the Kings not following up with another flash. I think they need to immediately also flash that just to make sure, in case that gravity will miss, to do anything.
Yeah, Frosty being spotted on tiles by Big Shot, kind of just spamming cat here. Alice taking out Juhrama and Pizza, and now Market is a little vulnerable here. Draken ready with the flash. He splashing himself and Alice, unfortunately being picked off by Alice as well. And Ironhide just not looking behind him, and Experience be able to sneak through a little bit. You have Big Shot kind of right next to mid, sees Alice, gets a kill on her, and picks up the Phantom now. But unfortunately, Maui dying to Frosty, and now it is a 1v4. At this point, with the current economy, you probably just want to save this gun. Big Shot being able to get the kill on A5 Clinical, and Frosty there to get the trade, denying the comeback possibility on that round, and it's 4-0 for A5.
And, you know, just another relatively clean anti-eco. Draken maybe could have gotten that kill, but unfortunately flashed himself playing this breach. Very easy to do so on that breach, especially. And, unfortunately, Big Shot, you know, deciding to use that rain ult, then immediately dying, denies that for, you know, denying that for another couple rounds is relatively unfortunate. Looks like the Kings are gonna make another play towards mid here, but A5 is completely leaning towards the A side, looking maybe for an A side stack. Just full rush.
Yeah, and Frosty, you know, peeking a little bit. You have Ironhide here on the other side of A main, kind of holding it in a corner, hoping no one looks and possibly get a few frags. Just gonna be chilling here until the rest of his team can flank, and the drone not seeing it, but them hearing the shot for sure. But no one looking at Ironhide, and Ironhide getting 2 picks from that A main corner. Getting traded by that rocket though, and it's a 4v3 now. Retake being set up right now by Kings of Juhrama, with Juhrama on the flank. Frosty taking out Draken. Alice being teleporting into spawn. Big Shot dropping onto site.
One enemy remaining.
And now it's all down to Alice, who is on the flank right now, but they hear her steps. They know she's there. Bomb being stuck, and Juhrama getting the tap on Alice, and Alice dying right there. And that is the first round on the board for the Kings of Juhrama.
Just a pretty great round for the Kings, and A5 making that mistake, not clearing that close left or close right corner, coming out A main. That Sova drone just did not look at all. And even though, you know, even though Viper shot the drone itself, they just decided not to clear it. You know, just running full out on site. Ironhide getting 2 kills from that position is just absolutely critical. Playing really, really intelligently around the smoke, and A5 once again making that mistake. Helping TKJ get into that 4v3 retake with the King, you know, with Juhrama himself, you know, playing that post plan, able to win that 4v3, and then immediately bringing out the Viper ult onto A site, meaning the Kings are probably going to play a relatively heavy B stack.
Yeah, I mean, that Viper ult being able to stop pretty much any push, the fact that you lose 50 HP immediately is going to be a big downer for them to even try push A main. So it looks like they're going to work mid here, and they have Draken and King Juhrama. Draken being flashed by Omen here. Draken getting another flash off, but Alice getting the pick on him, and now Juhrama is the only one that can hold mid here. Taking out Alice, missing the shots on Clinical, and now it's a 2v4. Ironhide all the way still on C, and they have full B control. Frosty pushing a little bit more into CT here. As you can see, both members of King Juhrama are on the flank.
Last player standing.
Turning around for that alarm bot, and Clinical getting the pick, and Experience taking out Ironhide for the final frag of the round, and that's another round for A5.
And, you know, TKJ just really struggling to play around this breach, not really getting much value out of that utility in a lot of these rounds. You know, those breach flashes just came maybe a little bit late, and, you know, maybe we would have liked to have seen that breach ult come out to, you know, deny any form of mid presence, and, you know, potentially we could have just instantly won the round with it. But unfortunately, you know, the flash doesn't help, you know, doesn't really deny the kill. They lose the breach in mid, and then after losing mid, pretty much the entire round falls apart. And here, A5 looks like they're going to leave the one lurker towards A, but, you know, lean everyone else towards B, potentially for a full B rush. Frosty's probably just going to run out and take duels.
You should
Oh,
run.
that gravity well. Bring him in, making him vulnerable. Killjoy is going down. So clearing backside. They know that there is one backside. Maui is going to be trapped here backside and is getting detained. And now, being detained backside, only hope here is for Draken and King Juhrama to do something. Looks like Ironhide is having a fight right now with Experience. Draken getting a pick on Frosty, and now it's a 3v3. 2 members of TKJ being very low. Experience being able to take out Juhrama and Ironhide, and now all up to Draken, and Draken taking out Experience, getting that nice trade 1v2 with the Rolling Thunder having both members backside. This is very possible for Draken. Getting the pick on the Artemis, and now it's a 1v1 Clinical versus Draken. Draken not having a flash, but getting the 4th kill on A5 Clinical, and that is another clutch round for the Kings of Juhrama, getting their 2nd round on the board.
Clutch.
Draken playing an absolutely excellent, you know, excellent 1v3 clutch with the 4K totally on the round, and just absolutely just well played. You know, absolutely well played to him, winning that clutch. It looks like A5 was maybe a little disoriented, playing double and backside and just not really playing off each other, both deciding to peek in that, you know, both deciding to peek in that one 5v2 situation where they really just didn't need to, wanting to play bomb, making the mistake. Both Killjoy ults were used that round. It leaves A5 still in a pretty good position in the 5v2. I believe still having relatively good money, but we'll see what TKJ can do with that round win.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna try work mid a little bit. They're having Frosty look from top mid here. He's going through that Astra smoke, I believe, and kind of just holding mid a little bit as much as possible. Big Shot is kind of getting ready to possibly push this out in the open a little bit after that smoke disappears. Sees that there's one Sabrosa and goes and runs away as he is flashed by Omen. Kind of backing up in this corner. Few shock darts thrown towards his way, and but it looks like A5 is playing this pretty slow. They're kind of just trying to figure out where everybody's playing here.
Looks like TKJ hasn't really rotated heavily towards you. Looks like Juhrama is moving a little bit towards the A side of the map, maybe gonna plant some neutral down. Ironhide peeking out and getting the kill on Alice, kind of a whiffler. Getting another kill on Clinical and damaging Artemis to about half HP. Big Shot pushing him close into A main. Getting the pick on Frosty and getting out with that dismiss. Juhrama getting a kill on Artemis, leaving experience and a 1v5 coming from Catwalk towards A.
Yeah, and that was very well played by Big Shot and Juhrama. As you can see, I mean, Big Shot pushed close, got the pick on Frosty, and immediately Juhrama peeked from heaven, making sure that someone trying to get a trade wouldn't be able to kill Big Shot, and got the kill on Artemis. Very well played, and you know, this is the TKJ we are used to seeing, the team play TKJ, and as you can see, experience not being able to do anything and gets picked off by Draken.
Just an excellent round out of TKJ, using the util really well. Ironhide getting those absolutely incredible 2 kills and almost a full kill on the third. Just absolutely incredible out of Ironhide.
Yeah, Ironhide definitely being able to hold off 2 members was definitely key to that A hold, and the fact that most of them did lean towards that A side definitely helped as well.
We probably see Frosty going back to the rifle. Looks like TKJ wants to fight for mid control. Maybe they might try to fight through the smoke, or just wait for the smokes to fade and then go out.
Yeah, and as you could, I mean, from past matches, you would always see Kings of Juhrama go ahead and like flash out of mid and push it. But I feel like they're putting a little bit more respect on Frosty, and Frosty being able to go up cat, take out Ironhide, and now it's all up to Big Shot with this op, watching in the corner and getting stuck and not being able to do anything. Draken pushing up a tree here. Frosty being taken out by Juhrama, but being traded out by that ult coming from experience.
A winnable round for
Last
the
player
Kings.
standing.
Except Juhrama getting picked off by Alice and experience killing Maui. Secures a 6th round for A5.
Yeah, and I believe from what I'm seeing, I mean, it's like I said, the dramas we've seen like in the past in conference matches, they just constantly have been pushing, and I feel like obviously you have to show an amount of respect to a team, but I believe they're putting too much respect to Frosty's name. I think they're just, you know, acting a little too scared to do what they usually do that works, and I think they need to, you know, just start doing what they usually do as a team and not be too scared of it.
Like that's what they're doing on this round. Walking up past that arrow, not gonna see anything. So A5 might believe in this arrow a little bit. Big Shot getting the kill on experience. Alice running through the smoke and getting traded by Juhrama as she kills Draken.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be pushing through B main. Maui here to hopefully stop the plant. Being able to get bomb down, gets the kill on Artemis. Frosty on site. Frosty taking out Maui though. Now it's a 2v2.
Smith instead of the heal, leaving him in low HP.
One enemy
Juhrama coming from Mark, gets the kill on Frosty, fighting Clinical now, and gets the kill on Clinical with a nice 3K on the round for the King Juhrama himself. Really nice round out of him, taking the 4th round on this defense.
Very nicely played by the Kings of Juhrama, being able to get that mid pick on Alice and getting that op kill. You know, they immediately made it 4v3, and then Maui being able to stop Artemis from getting stairs control, and Frosty immediately being traded out by Juhrama. Just a very good play coming from TKJ.
And critically, it seems like A5 doesn't have particularly good money, so maybe going for another one of these set pieces in A main.
Pyrus.
Juhrama with a quick 3K out of that set piece. Really well played. Last two remaining members of A5 playing mid. Draken probably going to give up a gun here to Alice, leaving it in a 2v3. Maybe a winnable situation for A5. We'll see what Maui does here. Definitely needs to not peek. Just play for the stall on B side.
Last player standing.
Juhrama with a 4K, but in low HP.
Oh,
And Alice with
no.
a 4K in response. Absolute
Alice.
disaster for the Kings.
Alice picking up that
Last round before the switch.
vandal and being able to get the 4K, getting headshot after headshot. That all started from being able to blind Draken and get that kill on him. Unfortunately, he played a little too antsy, a little too close in the smoke, and that costed him the round.
Both Draken and Maui making, relatively big mistakes in those man advantage situations. Draken doesn't need to play in that smoke at all, and definitely don't want to play close against these pistols, and then Maui not needing to peek out. A5 leaning towards his A side of the map. Ironhide with the quick 2K.
Taking out Frosty and experience, and wow,
One
that
enemy
was
remaining.
really well played by Ironhide.
Spike
They did not
down
expect
A.
him to push that aggressive. And how it's just a 3v1. Alice, last one alive. She made the clutch happen last round, but not this time in the Kings of Juhrama, denying the clutch once again, making it a 5-7 on
Switching sides.
defense. Usually that's not what you like to see. Your CT half being the one where you get the least amount of rounds, but I believe the Kings of Juhrama, from what we've seen, they have a really well structured T side, which is why they picked this comp. It's definitely more European based, and I think that just fits their style. So I don't believe by any means this is bad for the Kings of Juhrama. I believe they are more an attacking side team.
I mean, when you have that breach, you're almost always going to be a better offense comp running that breach or that sky. And with the Viper, the Astra, they have a very strong post plant. And, they have the breach to enable themselves to get onto A site or a B site. And after they get on site, they just get bombed down and they win. So it looks like the Kings are immediately leaning towards A, probably going to go for a lot of A rushes in this half.
Oh, Frosty getting aggressive. Oh, both players, Juhrama and Frosty, getting picked off to 1 HP basically. And that's going to be huge for the fact that both are, I believe, best players being at 1 HP, and this could make a huge difference.
And I think Ironhide's also on low HP, so
Right there.
A5 probably, understand that they're going to be leaning towards this A side of the map. Alice is pushed up in mid, and it looks like Clinical is pushed up on Catwalk, so they're going to try to pop out on A side, see if they can do anything.
Yeah, one on green. Experience taking out Ironhide, Maui getting the trade immediately, and that's a 4v4. But as you can see, the Kings of Juhrama have 3 members on such a low HP. They're gonna have to make this work very well if they want to win this round. Draken getting pretty aggressive in that Astra smoke, taking out Artemis, and now it's Frosty, and
standing.
now it's just Frosty versus Juhrama and Big Shot. 12 HP, can he do it?
Everyone very low HP. Everyone should die in 1 bullet here, so Frosty probably wants to try to get this kill on Hell, and try not to get traded. Gets the kill, gets the heal. Big Shot trades on Frosty, and then that's the pistol round for the Kings of Juhrama.
That pistol round was crazy. That was really important. Having so many members low HP on both sides was a nail biter. Good stuff from Big Shot getting that immediate trade as soon as Juhrama died. That pistol round is going to be key to winning this attacking side. The fact that they'll be able to have, a buy possibly this upcoming round and get a free round possibly.
No
Really
prisoners.
critical, obviously. Just that's how pistol rounds are in this game, and I like what TKJ is going for here, going for this, heavy mid presence in a position where you're most likely expecting to see a lot of weak pistols, and it's not a lot of, short angles to clear out, so you can get a lot of mid control without much counterplay because of how weak the pistols are. Ironhide immediately with the kill on Clinical. Big Shot with the kill on Alice. Experience is pushed up in A main, but it doesn't seem like it's going to matter as the rest of TKJ runs towards the B side.
Yeah, Frosty being able to take out King
Last player
Juhrama.
standing.
Big shot there on the trade, and it's a 4v1, all down to experience. And, you know, getting one pick is good, but Ironhide there also to, you know, stop that cap push, being able to just deny him anything. Only losing one member on the TKJ side, and that's looking like a good bonus for the next round.
Really well played round, like I said, going towards that mid, where you don't have as many close angles to worry about, where those classics, those frenzies, those shorties can all just hit you, you know, just instantly kill you. Trying to clear those close angles, it completely avoiding that, get a lot of mid presence, bursting out through market and taking B site quickly. And here it looks like the Kings want to just go for a fast A play using the really strong breach util.
Yeah, it looks like the only ones going to be playing towards the A side are going to be experience and clinical. Experience holding from the tree side and clinical on site. See what he can do. They already spot him and he did a lot of damage. He's going to have to peek and they're taking him out immediately. And now experience only one on A side, waiting for his teammates to push with him. Alice getting the pick on Big Shot, going through the smoke. Taking out Juhrama as well. They see one Gen. Oh, but Ironhide getting away with that kill. Experience trading immediately. And now it's all down to Draken. Draken flashing himself, missing the few shots he could have had. And now they're defusing. Getting the kill on Alice and Artemis. And now it's all down to experience.
Came
Experience
up bomb, but got
the
a tap.
bomb. Oh,
Experience
but
gets one tap on Draken and then sticks the bomb. A very, very close retake and some pretty interesting mistakes out of the Kings, you know, giving up that immediate pick in heaven, just kind of a heartbreaker for them.
Yeah, for sure. That round was definitely not supposed to be that close for Juhrama, I believe. I mean, they had such good control of A site. They kind of just let them slip in heaven and get the picks. And I mean, it was well played by A5. They played together, and in the end, you know, unfortunately, being worried about the stick and clinical, I mean, not experience, played it pretty well. He hit and then got the tap.
Seems like the Kings maybe a little undecisive what to do on the round, but looks like they're just doing a slow default, having Big Shot work towards A with, you know, some presence towards mid tiles, denying this push to the smoke. Frosty with a kill though.
Last player standing.
And now it's all down to Maui. Maui and Frosty, they're kind of close to each other there. Three members of TKJ. Kind of just holding it off.
With bomb, head towards A. Big Shot has full A side control. They know exactly where Frosty is, towards tiles. Looks like they're having Draken just watch top mid. Frosty's still stuck in tiles. Maybe not sure where everyone is. They're gonna be able to run and get bomb down, get all this post plant util on, and Frosty's gonna play this 1v3. And knowing him, he will absolutely go for it.
Yeah, I mean, Frosty knowing how to isolate his fights pretty well. I mean, and for the fact that he is the best player probably in VCS at the moment. He definitely feels the confidence he needs to win this, and he should go for it. I mean, he should definitely just go for it. Getting the first pick on Big Shot. They are putting down the Killjoy for a little more, you know, good, like, can't find the word, confidence that they'll win the round, and Frosty just avoiding the Killjoy. The Killjoy stalling enough time. He's gonna have to find both of them. With the Killjoy utility on the bomb, there's probably not going to be any time for Frosty. He gets the kill on Draken, hits bomb, but he doesn't know that Maui's on site. And Maui whips that headshot. Frosty being able to kill him. Unfortunately, not being able to get out of there alive, getting a 4K, but TKJ barely winning that round on the skin of their teeth.
An interesting round for them, you know, deciding to use that Killjoy ult. I think Big Shot, you know, going for that, you know, one-on-one just an absolutely critical mistake that you really do not want to see out of a top team like this. You know, he does not need to be playing so deep on Catwalk, especially against such a, you know, absolutely incredible player in Frosty. Just giving him that one-on-one, giving him the heal right afterwards, you know, he almost gets the kill, but if he loses, you know, after losing that, he almost gives up the entire round.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, A5 is going to be on like a save buy here. So they're going to be pushing up a little bit, hopefully catch someone off guard. Ironhide waiting for that push, gets the kill on experience. And Frosty there waiting on the other side. Maybe someone will push, get a little too comfortable. So far, Ironhide is not biting. Oh, just missed the timing on the peak a little. Frosty taking out Ironhide. But you do have the rest of TKJ pushing on B side, distracting Frosty just a little bit. Draken taking out Frosty there. Artemis being taken out by Big Shot from pushing out the Marcus smoke, and now it's just Alice here with the frenzy. And
Rifle.
yeah, looks like she just wants to go grab a rifle. Goes ahead and picks up that deagle, finds the rifle on the ground there. And you know, I think I'd like, with the current economy of A5, I think I'd like to see her just save this gun at this point. It's a 1v4, and you know, Omen not being the best comeback character with, you know, just being a controller overall, and looks like that is what she's gonna do. She's gonna hide in this corner and spawn here and just hopefully save this gun for the economy of A5.
I think, you know, definitely around where Alice could go for it. Try to get, you know, if she's able to get maybe 2 kills, it's probably worth it on the round overall. But just deciding to save the rifle is also a completely viable option. She opts to save, maybe not, you know, trusting that she can get maybe 1 or 2 kills with it, and, you know, realizing that the save is definitely gonna be more valuable overall.
For sure, and as you can see on A5 side here, A5 pretty much all having rifles experience as well, buying a Phantom. The A5 Clinical going on the Odin as Sova, and he's gonna be playing mid, probably spam maybe tiles at this point or something like that with an arrow. I'd like to see how this plays out.
And, you know, experience looks like he wants PK, and maybe against double with Juhrama and Draken. They immediately get a main control, gonna get this ult orb, and that's gonna be the Astra ult. Maybe wanting to combo that Astra ult to get side control, get the Viper ult down. What side they decide to do that on? Not quite certain yet, but I believe that'll be the idea on the round.
Yeah, you have Clinical kind of scouting out mid with that drone. I believe only seeing Big Shot watching from top mid. Frosty kind of pulling the support angle here from Cat. Gets a little bit of damage from that wall, as well as a few shots from the TKJ side. Big Shot kind of just pushing through mid, trying to get a little bit more control, and being spotted by this arrow. Frosty and Clinical both know he's right there. Oh, but getting the pick on Clinical and that Astro wall just blocking off completely a whole half of sight, so A5 cannot push through this. Big Shot and Frosty though right next to each other on different sides of the wall. Big Shot pushing through the wall and gets Frosty, and now it's all down to experience 1v4. And looks like he's gonna try to get a few extra frags here, takes out Draken, but Big Shot there to deny any more kills from him.
Playing with fire a little bit there, you know, giving those one-on-ones to experience, but, you know, getting that denial kill at the end, you know, only giving up 2 on the round, really nice usage of the Astra ult. If, you know, seeing exactly what it did, it covered both Marga and CT just absolutely perfectly, just an absolute pin perfect ult. Completely isolates one side of the map from the other, and unfortunately for A5, they just, you know, with that isolation that happens, I believe the Omen ult came down to support the Killjoy on B site, but it just didn't end up mattering. They traded out really well and were able to just take full B site control. And it looks like A5 once again on the save. The Kings taking mid control as they have been. See what Frosty wants to do. He might try to pop through this smoke and just go for a 1D or so.
Yeah, that's what they're pushing. Cat gets a 1D. Draken taking out experience. Getting another kill onto Juhrama with this deagle, doing a lot of damage. 3v4. Big Shot pushing through a tree, breaking that eye, getting taken out by Clinical, and now it's Ironhide with Draken 2v4, and just insane shots coming from Frosty. But it looks like Ironhide's gonna be holding this rotate. Oh my god, and getting 2 kills on Artemis, and Al just not checking the mid at all. And now it's a 2v2. Frosty and Clinical gonna be working mid probably here. Gonna throw that arrow marker and you know, try scout out where Ironhide is. Ironhide waiting pizza, getting the kill onto Frosty, and now just Clinical versus Draken. Clinical on very low HP, and Draken having Rolling Thunder and a flash for this post plant. So I mean, really on paper, this should be just an easy round win for the Kings of Drama here. Yeah, and Clinical not checking B main and getting the round win.
Yeah. Really very bad mistake out of A5, just crossing through mid without any care in the world, it seems. They just ran out with knives, and then, you know, it's just easy shooting for Ironhide to just spray them down from the back. Just an absolutely incredible round, both out of Frosty with those initial kills, but then also just out of Ironhide as that Viper, getting that 3K to turn that 2v4 around.
Yeah, and he was looking very Brim at first, and like you said, with those Frosty kills, but in the end, at A5 making that huge mistake, not watching their mid at all, and it costed them the round. And you know, you have to think from A5 side, maybe forget about that though. The Rolling Thunder coming in from Draken, experience using a nade though from heaven, from sight, and getting 2 frags onto Maui and King Juhrama. And it looks like Juhrama is just stuck on in main, and Ironhide is the last one alive.
Definitely a weird round out of the Kings, using the Rolling Thunder early, but they knew exactly where everyone is. The Soviet Dart exposed to everyone, using the ult, maybe not the best placing on the ult, only hitting the one person on site. And Clinical experience completely uncovered. I believe maybe not even smoked off on tree.
There.
Just comes out and just gets a million kills. And you know, easy round win from using the raise nade and then just swinging out, getting all those kills. Completely stuffs the push, and it looks like the Kings maybe want to just immediately head towards A. But Maui over at tiles with bomb. It looks like A5 wants to push out through B, but they decide against it, heading back, maybe rotating back towards A. Maui's here alone with tiles with bomb, while the rest of the Kings seem top mid and lurking one out towards A main. Big shot with instant kill and experience, getting full A control, getting another kill on Clinical, taking full control on that side of the map, and I think the Kings maybe are considering going towards B, knowing that, you know, most of them are rotating, but it seems like they're heading towards A right now.
Yeah, and Big Shot just trying to hold this control here for the rest of his team, trying to get them through. Meeting Frosty there with a bullet to the face, and Frosty being taken out by Draken, but Alice getting that trade immediately. That's a 3v2 with a whole bunch of Viper utility, and Juhrama and Ironhide being able to get those last 2 frags for the match point.
Match point.
Definitely just an absolutely incredible set of double entries out of Big Shot. Just absolutely blowing open the round for them on that slow default, just peeking out, getting the kill towards tree, and then immediately, I believe, killing Clinical also on that catwalk area. A little bit of a weird round because of where the bomb was placed initially, but they're able to convert, you know, traded really well in tree. Even though I believe they ended up trading down on kills, they still traded really well. Getting Frosty out of the round is absolutely worth 2. It's absolutely worth 2 deaths.
Yeah, and it looks like Experience is going to get a little aggressive here, and it's just going to wait in the corner, maybe see if someone tries to get B main control, possibly hold an angle where they won't check. And as you can see, Juhrama and Maui, as well as Big Shot right here, they're ready for the angle though, and taking our Experience, and you know, perhaps giving Juhrama this this 1 kill on main wasn't the best idea. Big Shot being left alone here. Draken being taken out by Alice, and now the Killjoy being put down, but being denied by Big Shot, getting the kill onto Artemis, and now it's a 2v4. It is Frosty and Clinical left.
Spike planted. Last player
Clinical
standing.
peeking backside, but being taken out by Big Shot.
Stuck in the 1v4, being flanked. Doesn't see the flanker, and with this ult denying, especially with that Astro util, Juhrama just swinging out and basically just giving the free kill to Frosty, walking to the vulnerability against Ironhide, losing a lot of HP here. Big Shot giving up a free kill, but Frosty making the serious mistake of using the dismiss instead of the heal. They know exactly where he is coming down the stairs. Can he get the kill on sight against Maui?
One enemy remaining.
Oh
Maui
my god, he gets a kill.
The shot. Ironhide coming, walking a plane. Frosty runs out of ammo. Ironhide with the kill on Frosty, and that's the map for the Kings.
Win.
That round was way too close than it had to be. Frosty almost making that clutch. Unfortunately, I think even with that last kill, he had no time for the bomb defuse. really good coming from him, trying to make that clutch. Unfortunately, not there to make it. And just there was just it was that round was just, I think, a little, that last round right there for match point was just was given, I think. And I mean, having experience go into B main like that, just giving them one free pick, and then Maui on site by, or not Maui, Artemis on site by herself, and Big Shot being able to push through, get that pick, and deny the ult completely, just gave the round to TKJ. And then towards the end, Frosty trying to clutch that out. It was an insane round, but overall, when you think about it, A5 definitely just not playing their best in that last round.
It was, overall that last round definitely a very interesting round. A relatively poor killjoy use on that ult, unfortunately, not being able to have it for that post plant, and then dying. Basically, everyone just dying down into that 4-on-1. Frosty almost with a ridiculous 1v4 kill. A lot of missed shots out of the Kings and a lot of given 1v1s that they shouldn't have. Maybe just not wanting to show respect to him, to not, to just not be respectful at all. We know the Kings do love their banter and stuff, and they don't want to respect anyone. So maybe that's a little bit
Right.
of part of it, but definitely an almost complete throw. But overall, the Kings handled Frosty extremely well compared to pretty much every other team. There's very, very few teams that against Frosty on Arena didn't give up 30 plus kills.
Right. And I think, Juhrama, the Kings were looking pretty rough at first. They didn't seem like they were in their prime like they were in the conference matches. Obviously, A5 bringing them a pretty good game here. But I think the Kings of Drama finally got the pacing they needed, and I think they kind of just figured out what they were doing. I mean, as you could see, I mean, like if you looked at the mini map, you could tell that the Kings of Drama on attacking side had a pretty structured like design of how they push stuff. They always had one lurking, getting more info, and also supporting for control of the map, so they could get maybe a rotate if something went south. And A5 on the other hand kind of just play very puggy. They kind of just like, okay, mid set calls and just making, like, okay, we're gonna push this as a full team. And I feel like once the Kings of Drama picked up their pace that they need to be at, they finally just started getting there in their heads.
You can definitely see that on the game overall. A5 started out 4-0, and after starting out 4-0, the Kings are able to get it to 5-7 on the half, and then just an absolute incredible showing on attack out of the Kings, winning out 8-2, showing the strength of their attack side with those flashes, with that Viper util, with the Astral Wall, especially on at least one round, maybe two. Just able to isolate sites really, really well, isolate targets, and just pop out, get site control. And their defaults were just getting tons and tons of picks. It seems like A5 had no answer to the default.
Yeah, and I think going into the next map, which will be, I believe, what will be the next map? Well, actually, before we get into like what we expect from them, what info do we have on the map picks for the rest of the set?
So map 2 is going to be Icebox, with the Kings going to be starting on attack. Map 3 will be Bind, with A5 starting on defense. And the side select is given as the team that chose the side. Just a
Okay.
note. And Haven, map 4, TKJ, the Kings will be starting on attack. And then map 5, Split, the Kings will be starting on defense.
Okay. So I think hoping to see from A5 going into Icebox, we're hoping to possibly do a little less. Like obviously Frosty is their biggest individual player, but I think they need to stop. They need to show a little more like respect. Obviously, banter is banter, but I think in this game, in this whole set, they need to show a little more respect and stop doing plays where they try play individually. I mean, for example, in that very last round, that key round was just experience being in that corner, giving them free frag, and they had free entrance into B, overwhelming Artemis. So I think if uh, if A5 can possibly pull that together, I think they can have a really good chance of winning this next map.
For sure. And I think part of it if you maybe want to look at it for what A5 wants to do. Maybe you hope that the people who performed a little bit less well, like Experience, did not have a good game at all against the King on this map one. He's normally their second frag, and he really just did not have that good of a game, which is obviously really unfortunate. And you just hope to see him do better, do what he's done across all of VCS so far, where you hope to see maybe a little bit um, of a better showing out of him, and you maybe hope to see that overall A5's level as a whole, instead of just relying on Frosty, maybe improves a little bit. And out of the Kings, what they want to keep doing really well is they want to keep doing their trade fragging was really excellent, and they did not let Frosty in a lot of situations. He got very very close in a lot of rounds, but unfortunately, for A5 and very fortunately for the Kings, they actually didn't throw that many rounds to him, even though they gave him, many opportunities to win. Oftentimes it was post plant situations where he just couldn't get the diffuse or something like that. And that's what the Kings did really, really well. And, what I'd like to see out of them maybe is giving even less 1v1s, kind of stupid aim duel 1v1s versus him, where he probably just wins them, and then getting that full heal gives them, that strength into those next 1v1s. And I want to see the Kings do even less of that, which, they did relatively well, but those few times that they did, imagine if, they'd given up 2 to 3 rounds where they just gave up Frosty 1v4.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that. Thank you for the insight on that for sure. And I think us casters, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a few minute break. It'll be very quick, and we'll see you guys on Icebox. So we'll see you guys in a tiny bit.